The Denver Broncos offseason has been marked by strategic and decisive moves, with a clear focus on strengthening their defense. The team, which already boasts a rich history and a legacy of success, is committed to redefining its defensive identity, aiming not only to improve its performance but also to establish itself as one of the most feared units in the NFL. This defensive rebuild is not just a response to the gaps identified last season, but a long-term vision that combines financial planning, smart signings, and the integration of experienced talent. In recent years, the Broncos have faced significant challenges on defense. While the team has shown flashes of excellence, consistency has been an issue. The 2023 season exposed some weaknesses, particularly in critical situations such as third downs and at the line of scrimmage. Recognizing the need for change, the organization decided to take a proactive approach, heavily investing in players who can bring immediate and sustainable impact. The decision to prioritize defense is not surprising, given the importance of a strong defensive unit in modern football. With offenses becoming increasingly dynamic and unpredictable, having a defense capable of adapting and neutralizing these threats is essential. The Broncos have understood this and are building a defense that not only reacts, but also dictates the pace of the game. One of the first steps in this rebuild was the decision to retain D.J. Jones, one of the pillars of the defensive line. Jones, who joined the Broncos in 2022, quickly established himself as a key player thanks to his ability to disrupt plays, pressure the quarterback, and occupy multiple blockers. His presence at the line of scrimmage is invaluable, as it creates space for linebackers and defensive backs to make plays. Retaining Jones was not just a technical decision, but also a symbolic one. He represents continuity and stability in a time of change. His experience and leadership in the locker room are as important as his performance on the field. By keeping him, the Broncos sent a clear message. They value not only talent, but also the team's culture and identity. In addition to retaining Jones, the Broncos made bold moves in free agency, signing two high-caliber defensive talents, safety Talanoa Hufanga and linebacker Dre Greenlaw. Both players come from a successful partnership with their previous team, bringing with them a chemistry that could accelerate the integration and success of the Broncos' new defense. Talanoa Hufanga is known for his versatility and ability to read the game. As a safety, he combines coverage skills with an aggressive mindset against the run. His knack for being in the right place at the right time has led to several decisive plays in his career, including interceptions and crucial tackles. Hufanga not only strengthens the secondary, but also brings a winning mentality that can inspire his teammates. Meanwhile, Dre Greenlaw is a linebacker who stands out for his intensity and ability to cover the field. He is known for his speed and ability to chase down players, whether in the run game or on short passes. Greenlaw also brings a physical and competitive mindset that aligns perfectly with the identity the Broncos are trying to build. His experience in complex defensive systems will be an asset for the team, especially in high-impact situations. The addition of Hufanga and Greenlaw not only improves the individual talent on defense, but also creates an interesting dynamic. Players who already have experience together tend to adapt more quickly, which could result in a more cohesive and efficient defense from the start of the season. One of the biggest challenges in any rebuild is ensuring that new players integrate well into the existing system. In the case of the Broncos, this integration is facilitated by the experience and prior relationship between Hufanga and Greenlaw. The chemistry between them could serve as a catalyst for the rest of the defense, creating an environment of trust and collaboration. Additionally, the Broncos' coaching staff has been working diligently to adapt the defensive scheme to the skills of the new players. Flexibility is a crucial characteristic in modern football, and the Broncos are striving to create a defense that can adjust to different game situations. This includes the ability to switch between formations, pressure the quarterback in creative ways, and shut down running attacks. Behind these moves is a significant financial investment. The Broncos are not just signing players, they are investing in a vision for the future. The financial commitment reflects the organization's determination to build a defense that can compete at the highest levels. This investment is not limited to player salaries. It also includes resources for training, technology, and data analysis. The Broncos are using advanced tools to evaluate player performance, identify trends, and develop personalized strategies. This data-driven approach is becoming increasingly common in the NFL, and the Broncos are at the forefront of this trend. The Broncos' defensive rebuild is not a short-term project. The organization is thinking about the future, aiming to build a defense that can remain competitive for multiple seasons. This requires not only talent, but also depth in the roster and a culture of excellence. The mix of experienced players and young talent is a key component of this vision. While players like DJ Jones and Talanoa Hufanga bring experience and leadership, the Broncos are also investing in young prospects who can grow and develop within the system. This balanced approach ensures that the team not only improves immediately, but also has a solid foundation for the future. With all these changes, the expectation is that the Broncos will field a significantly improved defense next season. The combination of talent, chemistry, and strategy has the potential to transform the defensive unit into one of the best in the league. A strong defense not only helps win games, but also alleviates pressure on the offense. With a defense capable of making crucial stops and creating turnovers, the Broncos can better control the pace of the game and create more opportunities for their offense. This is especially important in a competitive division like the AFC West, where every game can be decisive. The Broncos' defensive rebuild is an example of how a strategic and well-planned approach can transform a team. By investing in experienced talent, promoting integration, and adopting a long-term vision, the organization is positioning itself for a promising future. As fans eagerly await the start of the new season, there is a sense of optimism in the air. The Broncos are not just looking to improve, they are striving for excellence. And with the pieces being put in place, that excellence may be closer than ever. Mitchell Fraboni, a long-snapping specialist, was re-signed by the Denver Broncos to a 3-year deal worth $175 million. While this contract may seem substantial at first glance, it is structured to provide significant flexibility for the team. Fraboni, who has been with the Broncos since 2022, entered this offseason as a restricted free agent, a status that allowed the franchise to renew his contract without having to compete with other teams in the open market. The deal is essentially a year-to-year renewable contract, meaning that while Fraboni is guaranteed for the current season, the Broncos have the option to release him in 2026 or 2027 with minimal financial impact. The structure of the contract reflects the unique nature of the long snapper position in American football. Although it is a crucial role for the success of special teams, it rarely receives the same attention or compensation as other positions. Fraboni, however, has achieved something notable. He now holds the highest average annual salary, APY, among all long snappers in the NFL. This title, however, comes with an asterisk. The contract is designed so that the Broncos can easily part ways with Fraboni in the coming seasons, which diminishes the real weight of being the highest-paid player at his position. In other words, the high APY is more of a symbolic victory than an indicator of long-term security. The Broncos' decision not to use a restricted free agent tender for Fraboni was also strategic. The minimum value for such a tender would have been $3, $263 million for a single season, a figure considered excessive for a long snapper. Instead, the 3-year contract offers Fraboni the chance to earn more than that amount, but only if he remains with the team for the entire duration of the deal. This structure benefits both parties. Fraboni has the opportunity to maximize his earnings, while the Broncos maintain the flexibility to adjust their roster as needed. From a salary cap management perspective, the contract is extremely favorable for the Broncos. Although Fraboni is technically the highest-paid long snapper in the NFL, the team can terminate the contract starting in 2026 without facing significant financial penalties. This is particularly important in a league where the salary cap requires teams to make careful decisions about how to allocate their resources. For a position like long snapper, which rarely sees major investments, the deal with Fraboni represents a balance between rewarding an important player and maintaining financial flexibility. In summary, Mitchell Fraboni's contract with the Broncos is an example of how NFL teams can structure deals to meet the specific needs of specialized positions. While he is the highest-paid long snapper in the league on paper, the reality is that his contract is more of a short-term victory than a guarantee of long-term stability. For the Broncos, the deal is a smart move that acknowledges Fraboni's importance to the special teams without compromising the team's ability to manage its salary cap efficiently. In the competitive and financially complex world of the NFL, this type of contract exemplifies how teams can balance reward and flexibility.